good morning and welcome back to Airports Live TV. We've been missing in action for almost a week now. Thank you to everybody who's reached out across all of our platforms wishing me well. I feel a bit better. I've decided I'm going to do one live today and see how I feel after it. I'm still in a lot of pain, still not quite there. So we're going to see how today goes. And is this going to be the start of a full week, or will we be taking it a little bit easy? We will find out, I guess. Big up Laters, big up Dashcam. Big thank you to all of our partners, Booking.com, Travel Supermarket, On the Beach Holidays, LastMinute.com and EasyJet UK for being a little bit patient, sticking with us. It is greatly appreciated. Jamie, Kelly, how are we doing, buddy? It's a pleasure to be back. I've missed you guys. I will be flitting in and out of the chat just for a few minutes because I'm on live chat with support to our hosting company for the website. Ellen, how are we doing? I hope you're well. It's nice to be here for an early morning stream as well. There we go, we've got this Airbus A330 gliding in. Hope everybody had a fantastic week while we've been away. Up to live chat support. Don't be bigging up yet, Laters. They've been an absolute nightmare. Keep on telling me it will just take 2 minutes. This was started about an hour ago. So I'll look at this Air Canada for a minute. Let me get flight radar on the go as well. We've got quite a lot to be talking about as well, given that I haven't been on for a little while. Sorry guys, live chat just came back to me there. Multitasking. Looking like the parking issue here at Dublin could be resolved within the next few weeks. Is it resolved in a good way or not? That is the question. It looks like DAA have got their way and are taking over the old Quick Park site. I don't personally believe it is a good thing. I think what we're going to now see is prices going through the roof. again, instead of prices reducing a little bit because of some competition, we're not going to be seeing that now, are we? But I guess the plus side is at least we will have a little bit more parking available, because they have been claiming that it's been sold out time and time again. However, interestingly, when you've actually gone over to the blue car park stood up on the bank, there's been plenty of spaces. You know me with my conspiracy theories. Here we go, we've got this Airbus A330 coming in. She's got the newest of the Aer Lingus liveries on board, coming in after a 7-hour and 7-minute flight from Orlando in Florida. 16 years old, registered in September of 2006. Approaching 17 years old then. She doesn't look it with this livery. She'd look like she was 70 if she had that old 50-50 dated livery on board. But look at this beautiful A330 as she touches down into quite a pleasant morning here at Dublin International. No rain yet, it is forecast showers for a little bit later on today. Taking all day to get the nose gear down there, but she's down. Right, what are you guys saying to me? Graham Leggett, welcome. Laura Coyle, how are we doing? Don't talk about the rain, it's gone, summer's returned. It's a bit nippy here, I'm not gonna lie, it is nippy. But at least it's not raining. Hi Adam, I'm flying to Newcastle tomorrow at 11:35. Hope you're there to catch my departure. Graham Leggett, I've got some good news for you. Providing my back doesn't deteriorate from doing today's live, we will be live from around 10 AM tomorrow morning once again. Robert Doyle, how are we? Thank you, buddy. Debs, thank you so much to you and Dashcam for managing all the socials whilst I've been out of action. It is greatly appreciated. Geraldo joining us from Brazil again. Welcome to you. Louise, how are we doing? Don't call her Deborah, she hates it, I know. She doesn't like being called Deborah, does she? But then again, Dashcam, me and you don't like being abused, and she seems to take pleasure out of abusing us, so why not call her Deborah? Here we go, our next arrival, this Boeing 767 coming in from Washington, operated by United. It's been about a 6-hour and 5-minute flight this morning on board this 767. She's 22 years old, approaching 23 years old, registered in September of 2020. Beautiful landing. We're going to be aiming for around an hour and a half stream today. I'm not going to push it too hard because I want to try and get as much rest into my back as I possibly can. I've been desperately ill for the last week. Pain, what I've been going through is just unbelievable. The pain, the actual feeling unwell has just been awful. Next up, we've got a Boeing 737 MAX, this time coming in from Luton. It's a Ryanair aircraft. It is operated by a Malta Air crew. It was registered this month. It is one of their new aircraft. Is it the one? I think it is the one that we caught coming in on last week. Was it a week before? I can't remember now. We've had that many new Maxes coming onto the fleets here with Ryanair. Look at these views. Thank you to everybody who is joining us. It's greatly appreciated, especially after being away for so long. That's Robert saying, I managed to get up to the airport on Saturday. Got the Hainan and Delta departures and a few Aer Lingus A330s. I'm glad you managed to get up, Robert. I know it's been a while since you got up. Big up, Captain Shane. How was Manchester? I saw the photo of you waiting for your departing flight coming home. And you had an A380 to look at through the window. I bet you had a fantastic time. You even got to sit in the captain's chair, I believe. Lucky Captain Shane. Yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already done it, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. Flying next week to Mallorca, can't wait. Louise, whereabouts in Mallorca are you going? I've maybe already asked this. There's that A330 that came in from Orlando. It's nice and busy here this morning. Next up, we've got an A320neo coming in from London Heathrow, operated by Aer Lingus. She's one of their newest aircraft, registered in June of this year. She'll pick her up in a second. Yes, look at these views, fantastic, guys. The support, the love has been unreal over the last week. I do want to say a massive congratulations to Jonathan Walker, who was the lucky winner of a secret giveaway that we were running. We've introduced something into the new website, and randomly it selects a visitor. I don't know how often it selects. I'd never know who it's going to be. It just randomly pops up a notification to say that you are the lucky visitor. You don't have to do anything other than go on the website, have a look around it. But Jonathan Walker winning that €100 voucher. We're just waiting to find out where you want it for. Do you want booking.com, on the beach, last minute, or EasyJet UK? That is still active as well. It can go at any time, and the prizes vary from €50 vouchers through to €500, and it is completely free. All you literally have to do is go to airportslivetv.com and you've got a chance of being that lucky visitor. I never told anybody for a reason. I wanted to see how many of you were actually active on the website. You too, Robert, have a fantastic day. Devs and Shane had a fantastic time. Be back in a few weeks. Yeah, Manchester is a great spot. Tim Trainer, how are we doing? Sarah, welcome. Going to Calidor. I know Calidor. Me and Jerry couldn't get onto the website last night. I know you couldn't. I don't think you can get on at a minute. There was an update that went in on Saturday, or overnight on Saturday, and there was an error with one of the codes that was put in. So we're just waiting for that to be resolved. It should be back later on today though. So do keep checking it out. Here we go, we've got this ATR 72-600 series on its final stages of descent into Dublin. Thank you to whoever just subscribed, it's greatly appreciated. There we go, she's down nice and safely. We got a Delta on pushback. Next arrival is going to be another ATR 72-600. This one coming in from Bristol. 58 minutes to flight today from Bristol. It's an 8-year-old aircraft registered in July of 2014, so she is almost 9 years old now. Her birthday must be this week. Shane said, man, you have to come see Daisy. I will come and see that pooch. Thank you, Tim, trainer, letting us know. Our resident flight radar, Tim Trainer, and it's greatly appreciated. Sparky Eyes, how are we doing, Sparky Eyes? Long time no see, I hope you're well. Next in, we have a 737 coming in from Liverpool. We'll pick her up in a second. 31-minute flight, a nice short hop over. 14 years old, registered in March of 2009. Let's pick her up. Tell you something, I am looking forward to getting back over to Lanzarote. This weather over in Ireland has been absolutely brutal now for weeks. Just miserable, damp, rainy conditions. It's just no fun at all. Even when you get some excitement in your life and they forecast some stormy weather, it never actually materialised. The winds weren't what we were expecting. It was just a bit blah. Been busy lately. My dad was ill and I'm in the middle of moving from Westmeath to Dublin. Olgo, I am sorry to hear that your pop's not been well. Hopefully a little bit better now. Had a mini stroke, no way. Ellen A320 coming in from London Gatwick. Thank you, Laura. And Tim there with the info as well. Would you rather burn in 40 degrees? Definitely, David White. Give me 40 degrees, I'm happy. But that leads me on to the next thing. What is going on with media at the moment? Mainstream media. What is going on with all of this nonsense about the temperature in certain countries? Somebody was saying on the radio the other day, and people are falling for this. Somebody was on the radio on the Niall Boylan show the other night saying that they're in Lanzarote and they burnt the soles of their feet because they went out with no shoes on into 50 degrees heat. Well, it hasn't been 50 degrees all year in Lanzarote. The temperatures are very similar to, well, they're actually a little bit lower than normal for the last week over in Lanzarote. there seems to be almost a deliberate attempt to misreport temperatures. A bit of a bounce there on landing, but down nice and safely, that 737. There seems to be quite a deliberate misreporting of temperatures at the moment. I'm not sure the reason behind it. I'm sure there's a method in it somewhere. I don't really want to get into it, but there will be a method and there will be a message that they're trying to portray. But the temperatures aren't what they're saying. What people have to be aware of at the moment is people, news agencies, government are being very, very clever in what they do, because they are no longer reporting air temperature. These high temperatures they're coming up with are ground temperature. Well, we've never recorded ground temperature as a mass population. We've always recorded air temperature. If you put a thermometer on a floor, it is going to feel hotter and be hotter than the air temperature. Anyway, enough about that. Give me 40 degrees. I am happy. It's control. I partly agree. Sparky eyes. Just see Hainan 350 in the hangar at Dublin on flight radar. Or maybe it's a Dreamliner ferry flight. Most likely. Or is that a freight flight? A320 coming in from Amsterdam. We've got a 737 coming in next. Got Boris Johnson in the house. How are we doing, Boris? Bojo's with us. I did like Bojo. He's a character. I like a character. Yanis, how are we doing? How's Athens? Tim Trainer, thank you for becoming a member of cabin crew. Greatly appreciated. Big, long-time supporter, Tim Trainer. Controlling masses globally. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Sparky Eyes. I am back indeed, Becky Doyle. The King of the Hill is back. Mike's Aviation, how are we doing? It is a long time, buddy. I hope you're well. Oi, oi, Becky. Bojo for me, right? I know it sounds strange because, like, he's posher and posh, isn't he? When you actually hear his voice, and he's your typical public schoolboy. But he's relatable because, as posh as he is, he just seems like a decent bloke to go for a pint with, and I think that's nice in a politician. People can sort of relate. You might not agree with what he says, but you can sit there and think to yourself, you know what, I could have a conversation with you about it in the pub. Whereas when we look at other politicians, it's like they're that far. The silver spoon was that far up there, what's it? Like, it's tickling their tonsils. What's Deb saying? Gotta go, Adam, glad to see you live and somewhat back to yourself. Everyone light a candle for me to get myself and Shane's Coldplay tickets in the morning. I think you're going to need them. Good luck with that though, Debs. It's good to see you back, and thank you once again for everything that you did whilst I was away with the socials over on Facebook and Dashcam as well over on Instagram. Do make sure you're following us on both of those as well as subscribing on here. Next up, we've got this A320 coming in from the Dam. About an hour and 14-minute flight this morning. We'll be over in Amsterdam in the winter as well again this year. I'm going to make sure I time it a little bit better. Last time I was there, I actually came home the day, was it the day or the day before all the main Christmas markets were opening. I want to get over there for the Christmas markets this year. But yes, back to the sun. Don't forget, I am heading over to Lanzarote the 27th of August. I'm going to bring you as many live streams as we can, but it's not going to be every day, I don't think, because I'm filming for something else. A big project that, as you know, I can't discuss, but it's a huge project. I'm filming for that while I'm there, so I'm going to try and fit some live streams in between. Plus, I'm not staying in Matagorda this time. What have we got next? We've got an ATR 72-600 series coming in from Exeter, 56-minute flight, 10-year-old aircraft, registered in July of 2010. Brucey boy, how are we doing? Denaya's with us. How is Miami today? Denaya, are you at work? Are you off? Have you started in the new job yet? I think you have. British Airways Embraer flying in from London City. Do like the Embraers, the E190s in particular. Here we go, here's this ATR 72-600 series. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. She's down with a bounce, but she's down. I'm convinced this bank has dropped slightly over the last 12 months as well, you know. We seem to be, I don't know, you just seem to be catching the top of lorries a lot more. Recently, when I look back at videos from 12 months ago, it seemed to be, I don't know, we just seemed to be that little bit higher. I did reach out to Greta Thunberg to ask if she had any thoughts on why the lorries are getting in shot a little bit more, and she said it was all down to global warming, so I don't know. Maybe she's right. I doubt it though. Here we go, we've got this Embraer E190 operated by KLM coming in from the Dam, an hour and 15-minute flight again. "11 years old, registered in January of 2012. Kieran's with us. How are we doing, Kieran? I hope you're having a fantastic start to the week. Carl Shield, how are we doing? Thank you, buddy. Maybe your Minister of Transportation is to blame. I don't know, because the thing is, Denaya, one thing we do know is the lorries definitely haven't got higher, because they're the same lorries. Do have a big issue in Ireland though, don't we, of things sinking. I know my house, the level of subsidence and stuff, subsidence, however you say it, is unreal. It is quite almost a, well, obviously Kildare's very boggy, but I don't know. Just quickly, when is our mate Greta Thunberg in court for disobeying a police order? I do hope they make an example. Send her to prison for a little bit. Because it's quite ironic, isn't it? Protesters, they want to go out of their way to make an example, not just Greta, but all the Stop Oil and stuff in the UK. They want to go out of their way to make an example by disrupting people's lives. Well, surely then, if they break the law for whatever reason, the court should then make an example of them. They want to be martyrs, so let them be martyrs and lock them up. Anyway, don't get me started. Here we go. Look at this. See what I mean? These lorries are just seem a little bit higher. I am in a slightly different position though, so it could be that. Remember he wanted to bang a song that promoted flying? He did indeed. He was a... What was it? Oh, Come Fly With Me, wasn't it? Yes. Eamon Ryan, I think that was, wanted to ban Come Fly With Me, let's fly away, because it encouraged air travel. What a plonker. Absolute plonker. Here we go, what have we got next? We've got a 737 coming in from Manchester, operated by Ryanair. 12 years old, registered in October of 2010. It was indeed a nice jet, Laura. Wear higher shoes. Yes, Brucey boy. The problem is I'm in a slightly different position because the fact that everything's so overgrown at the end, it's annoying because the further towards the parking area you are, the longer shot you've got for touchdowns. The issue is the bank does drop slightly towards this end, so it does affect you getting over the lorries. I'm all good, thank you. Becky, Peter Funberg is a gent. Do you know something? I'm moving on from this in a minute, but I would actually love to hear Greta Thunberg's own opinions one day, because none of us have ever heard them yet. All we've heard so far is her being a mouthpiece for her failed musician parents that just are desperate to get into the limelight. I wonder what her actual opinions are. Anyway, moving on. I've had a few people reaching out to us since our conversation last week about the press release from EcoJet with Lance Dale as the CEO and major, I think he's the only shareholder to be fair. Quite a few people reaching out and raising an element of concern. Like, I've made it very clear my thoughts on it. I don't think he's a fit and proper person to be the CEO of an airline, given the fact that he's not, my issue isn't him funding and supporting eco-activists and activism. That isn't my issue. My issue is that at no point has he condemned the practice of blocking emergency vehicles that are transporting critical care patients and leaving them stranded. To me, I don't know, I just don't think you can be classed as a fit and proper person. If somebody said, put this into perspective, right? If somebody said, oh yeah, I want to open a bank, I want to take everybody's hard-earned money as savings, I want to open a bank, by the way, I've been made bankrupt 14 times in the last 2 years. Like, everybody would say you're not fit and proper to look after people's money. How can you be fit and proper to be taking care of an aircraft carrying paying passengers whilst you are actively encouraging protesters to block critical care vehicles? Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to a lot of people, but it is what it is, and it's happening by the looks of it if he gets it over the line. I don't believe it's commercially viable. We'll wait and see. I think it will be an airline that is about people with more money than sense. What's happening in the chat? We'll have a quick look. Here we go. We've got this 737 MAX on arrival. We have actually got the teaser video from Shannon coming out this week. It has been, we have held back on it for a few days because the PR team from Shannon have been in touch. I've got a conference call with them this afternoon. We are going back there and bringing you an exclusive live of the launch of something new at Shannon in the coming weeks. We are going to be working quite closely with Shannon throughout the rest of this year as well. It is great, the response that not only Airports Live TV get, but the response that enthusiasts in general get at Shannon. They truly understand and appreciate the value of enthusiasts, and they do everything they can to work with spotters, to work with the enthusiast community, both locally and on a wider scale. Maybe things will begin to change at Dublin with the leadership team, given that a senior leadership member from Shannon is now working for DAA. Possibly we will see a slight shift in attitude. Ellen, thank you so much for that super chat. You're an absolute legend as always. It is greatly appreciated. Brucey Boy telling us that Greta's mum was in Eurovision in 2009. I told you, failed musicians. They just want a voice. They want her to be famous. They don't care what they're famous for. And if it means using your daughter, then go for it. Pilot Mohammed Gina is with us as well. Welcome to you, Mohammed. It is great to be seeing the views this high, considering we've been away for a week. It's nice to see the views still up there. American Airlines Boeing 787 Dreamliner coming in from Chicago. What have we got? We've got this 787 9 Series Dreamliner heading over to Toronto. We will pick up some of the heavies on departure over on that north runway. It's almost impossible to stream directly from the north runway now. The network is just vile around there. It is part of Ireland's new tourist experience, a new user experience, where what they're doing is, you know, you get the museums, they take you back in time. It seems to be that the mobile networks in Ireland are taking everybody back in time to the days of Nokia 5110s, where you had to hold your phone up above your head to try and get a signal. I don't understand it. Sort it out. It's not just Vodafone. I'm being a bit unfair on them, because Tree are the same, Air are the same. The network is shocking. Air Canada just holding for a second. Conal Murphy, how are we doing? Long time no see. I hope you're well. Are you still working at the airport, Conal? Next in is that Dreamliner can just about see it in the distance. Thank you to Laura and Tim for keeping us all updated. It helps me out massively, because even if I'm not reading the comments out, it means that people know what's coming in, even when I'm on a bit of a roll with a conversation. I don't always get round to telling you what they are. I do try my best though. The residents in Dublin Airport are on 98 FM giving out Carl Shill. Listen, I really don't understand it. You know, if you've owned your house or renting your house, whatever, for the last 50 years or 40 years or even 20 years around the airport, fair enough, you've got a bit of a voice. But most of the people that are complaining have moved into them since Dublin became a huge international airport. Why buy a house near an airport and then wonder why you can see aircraft and hear aircraft? It doesn't make sense. Never was working at the airport. I thought you were working at the airport, Conal. I'm sure you said on TikTok that you were working at the airport. Or is it the wrong Conal? What happened to aerials on mobiles? I don't know, but they should bring them back because we need them. There's my gorgeous Air Canada Dreamliner. It is. We're going to be picking up this ATR that's coming in now, and then we'll get back to the Dreamliner. It's an absolute pleasure to be back streaming. I know it sounds daft, but I miss chatting to you guys. I miss bringing you the content as well. Like, not many people are as fortunate as me that can say when they're not working, they actually miss going to work. Like, how lucky am I to be in a position that my job is this, you know? Like, yes, I was fortunate, and I'm forever grateful of the fact that I was fortunate enough to be able to realistically sacrifice earning a living for probably 6-8 months whilst we got this off the ground. But wow, am I a lucky boy. Tony Montana, how are we doing? WestJet Boeing 787-9 coming in from big up Paul Donnelly. Thank you for that super chat, greatly appreciated. Great show. Hello from Rhode Island, retired staff, Boston, 25 years. Thank you so much, Paul Donnelly. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. We do bring live aviation from around the globe. Our home airport at the moment is Dublin. We are going to be back to regular lives as well. I'm hoping that I'm over the worst of this illness at the moment. It's going to keep on coming back, I know it is. It's going to be a recurring thing, but I've just got to learn to live with it for as long as we can now, you know. I'm going on any holidays, Adam? I'm going on a work trip to Lanzarote for 2 weeks on the 27th of August, Conal. Then back in Ireland, and then I'm away again towards the end of September as well. And then from October we are based over in Spain. What is happening now? I swear you're the best. Thank you, Tony Montana. The fourth as it stands is the Dreamliner, the WestJet from Calgary. First is the 787. Okay, let's keep an eye on things then as well. I don't think we're going to get through to the Emirates arrival today. And I shall tell you the honest reason why. Well, there's two reasons. One, I don't want to push my back too far today. It's first stream back, it takes a lot of strain when I'm doing this. But more importantly, I guess, is the fact that I forgot to bring my extension lead, and I need it to be able to run everything at the same time. So we are going to run out of power unless I can get a strong enough network as a hotspot for my phone, which I don't think I'll get, but we'll try our best. Thank you, Tony. Inbounds are mounting up. We've got a runway check at the moment, so we're just being held, I think, but gives me a chance to have a quick drink. give you a quick look over here just while I have a drink. We won't miss any of the action, I assure you. But let's watch this. Airlinger's being loaded. Do you sit down while you're streaming or you stand all the time? Standing, Conal. Just see our next one coming in on approach, I believe. The best to chat, very interesting, very well. Thank you Ellen. It's one thing that I've always, look, anybody who's been around for a long time will know, I've always said, you know, if I stop enjoying this, I will just stop streaming. I've always said if it ever becomes to a point where it's just not financially viable, at the end of the day it is a business. I've never hidden that, it's part of a bigger business, never hidden that. So if it ever becomes a point where it's not financially viable, then we will end, because there's no point in me being here if I'm not happy and I'm not enjoying it. And what I set out to do was create a community that is engaging, that people want to come, not only to chat to me, not only to listen to me, but to chat to each other in the comment and across our other platforms as well. A lot of people over on the forum, on the old website, the forum is going on to the new one as well. That's what we're about. There's plenty of streams out there that are aviation through and through. We love aviation, but we love a good old chat. And as you've heard, we chat about anything. Let's have a look. Here we go, the 787-8 Series Dreamliner coming in from Chicago. She's operated by American Airlines. 7 years old, registered in January of 2016. About a 6 hour and 13 minute flight today. What are the TUI charter flight like? Might be flying in September. I've never had a bad experience with TUI. The thing is, I guess it depends what you're expecting. Like if you're expecting Emirates or Etihad, you're not going to get it with TUI. But I've always had a good experience with TUI. Get the job done. The chat's about Greta, exactly. Here we go, this 787-8 Series. Keep an eye out for that Dreamliner's departure as well. Got one to go before her. Our next arrival is going to be a Boeing 757 coming in from Chicago, a 6 hour and 43 minute flight. 28 years old, registered in June of 1995. You will find for United in particular, but United and Delta do tend to be carrying older aircraft on their fleets. She's currently at around 1600 feet. Adam, I'm in Africa now on business. Can you send me some cigarettes, please? Local cigarettes here are no good. Are they not good in Africa? No flights. We don't get direct flights over to Africa, do we? Not very often at all. Gutted. The Fannies lost to the Dubs. Now a Dublin Kerry final. See, Tim, I don't know anything about GAR and stuff. it's not an English thing, is it? It's one of the few sports that don't translate. We don't even have anything similar to it. Well, we do, rugby, because to me it's a little bit like rugby. The ball spends as much time in your hands as it does on your feet. Here we go, let's get this 757. As she comes into Dublin, the sun is breaking through. It's turned into a lovely morning here at Dublin. We've got the Dreamliner lined up, ready to go as well, so we're going to have to try our best to catch them both. I'm hoping this comes down quite quickly. 787 is on the move. She's lined up. Here we go. Gonna be back to back. The bigger girls now. Big girls are beautiful. Who remembers Mika? Where did Mika disappear to? We've got this 787-9 series Dreamliner on departure on the north runway. She's heavy, she's taken a long time to get up. There you go, she's up, and away. Should we have a look at? Let's have a look at this Air Canada. We do have the Etihad here as well. Oh, we did have the Etihad here, sorry. I saw it earlier on, it was on its way out.
Thanks for the sub!
Thank you to whoever's just hit that sub button, it's greatly appreciated. See all this aircraft still flies. Ellen, I couldn't tell you. Do you fly with Ryanair all the time, madam, in the short haul? Did you fly with Aer Lingus? Conal, usually I would fly Ryanair. For me, Ryanair are the best short haul airline in Europe, bar nobody. When you put all factors into the equation, I don't think anybody competes with them. If I can't get a Ryanair flight for any reason, I would fly Aer Lingus. It's not that I refuse point blank to fly Aer Lingus. I just don't think they can justify what is typically an extra cost. Now, I know people are going to jump on me and say they've got an Aer Lingus flight cheaper than a Ryanair. You will, but not very often. The majority of flights, if you compare the two, are cheaper with Ryanair, and I just think that they're the best airline. I've had nothing but good experiences with Ryanair on thousands and thousands of flights. When there has been incidents which have always been beyond their control, for example the ash cloud, and when Dublin closes because of the fog, because it does close quite often because of fog at Dublin. I think I've had 3 flights that have been cancelled. One because of the ash cloud, twice because of fog, and both at times, or all 3 times, sorry, straight away put up in hotels, and they've been nice hotels as well. You'd expect, because they're a budget airline, and put you in the cheapest possible hotel, but they've all been 4- and 5-star hotels. Really have looked after me. But again, maybe other people have had a different experience. But one thing I will say about that is, I firmly believe the reason I've had the good experience is because I don't go to the counter kicking off, my flight's been cancelled, what are you fucking gonna do about it? I just go, look, it's at the end of the day, your flight is cancelled. No matter how much you scream and shout, your flight's been cancelled. That isn't going to change. So I go up, be polite, be courteous, and I've always been looked after. Big up to Ellen Rogers. Thank you so much for becoming a cabin crew member. You've extended it again. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Airlines are so expensive. Captain free, typically they are, because the natural thing is you have to compare them to other carriers, and when you look at short haul flights, they do tend to be, in my opinion, very expensive. But from time to time you will find them with a cheaper flight than Ryanair. It's not very often, but it can happen. Here we go. We've got this 787-9 series on its way in from Calgary, a 7 hour and 20-minute flight today on board this 787-9 series for everybody who's heading either here on holiday or indeed returning from a holiday or working in Canada. 4 years old, registered in March of 2019. She's operated by WestJet. She's down nice and safely. Next arrival is going to be a 737 MAX coming in. Ellen Rogers, thank you for that super chat. Legendette. It is greatly appreciated. You guys do look after us here at Airports Live TV. It all helps so much to help us to continue to bring the best content that we possibly can. It all goes back into the streams. Thank you, Tony Montana. Alma, how are we doing? Pinned on flight radar, Delta Airlines, Dublin International the aviation committee need to give you an award. I think they do as well, Tony. And the flight popular. Fly late at night, always flying dodgy. I'm not sure what you mean, Conal. Right, let me grab a quick drink. We've got this 737 and MAX on its way in. Now I've just remembered I've got the other half of my breakfast roll left. Better eat it. Well, when I say breakfast roll, it's actually just sausage, beans and ketchup. Because the bacon, or rashers as you lot call it, the bacon looked like it had been there since last Christmas. Here we go, we've got this 737 MAX. She's operated by Ryanair, of course, coming in from Stansted. Registered in March of this year, so another one of the new MAX on the fleet. It's been about a 54-minute flight today from Stansted. Stansted's a great connecting airport, you know. If you're struggling to get good value flights this summer from Dublin, she's down quick, but she's down safely. If you are struggling to get good value flights from Dublin over to Europe, whether it be the Spain, France, the Balearics, the Canaries, wherever, it is always worth checking to see if you can get a good deal on a flight over to the UK and then onwards to that destination. However, you do have to make sure that it still works out cheaper with your bags, because if you're traveling with baggage, of course, you're going to have to pay for 4 lots of baggage for each trip instead of for 2. And it's also worth bearing in mind, I often forget about it and get put off because I think, well, you know what, by the time I fly in, I'm probably not going to fly out till the next day. I've got to pay for a hotel, so it's not going to be any cheaper. Remember, you can get good value hotels over in the UK. The airport hotels, you can still pick them up for less than £100 a night if you look. best. Not like over in Ireland at the moment where we're going through this crazy period of extortionate hotel prices where you're looking at 200 quid plus a night a lot of the time, and therefore not the best of hotels, let's be real. What have we got? Our next departure looks like it's going to be another Dreamliner, so we will be picking that up. It's that gorgeous baby blue 7878 series Dreamliner that's going to be heading over to Montreal. Can't see, I can just about see our next arrival. Our Chisinau. I've never been. Do you mean High Sky? Who is it that flies Chisinau? Is it High Sky that are flying it? Oh, they're popular, they fly every day but late at night. Airline literally every day. Different airline. I'm not sure who it is that's flying it, Conal. Planes and coffee before work, perfect. How are we doing, Laurie? Thank you. So many of you reached out to me both on here and then across the other platforms as well, to see how I was, to wish me well. It is greatly appreciated. I know I didn't respond to everybody. It wasn't that I was ignoring you, it's just I had to take a little bit of time. I've been desperately ill, not just in pain, and it was just the last thing I needed to be doing. Was I just couldn't focus, if I'm honest. Right, got a 757 coming in, is that what you're telling me? You are indeed. We've got this United coming in. She's a Boeing 757, she's got that Star Alliance livery on as well. It's been about a 5-hour and 47-minute flight today. It's a 26-year-old aircraft registered in June of 1997. Oh, let's get ready for her. We do of course have the 7878 series still on taxi, so we will be picking them both up as long as that doesn't turn and burn. Here we go though, with Star Alliance liveried at a 757. Final stages of descent now as she comes in. There you go, she's down nice and safely. We're going to get ready for that Dreamliner's departure over on the north runway. Got an ATR on the way in, but I want to pick up this Dreamliner's departure. 200 night I'd be taking harder than when I leave. I know, Bruce. Now don't get me wrong, I don't mind paying 200, 300 quid a night if it's a luxury hotel, but these are basic hotels. They've had a few years ago, it used to be 70, 80, 100 quid a night. They're just not worth 200 quid a night, these hotels. How are we doing, Val? I hope you're well. Thank you. Just finished. Here we go, we've got this Air Canada 787 Dreamliner on departure, the baby blue livery. Ellen, I'm going to come back to your comment in a second. Where is she? She's there, look. Beautiful sight. got this ATR 72-600 series on its way in now. Oh, it's got that horrible old livery on it. Ugh, yuck. There we go, she's down safely though. Right, well, what did Ellen say? I missed that comment, it was a long one, that's why I missed it. This American Airlines has been holding there for a hell of a long time, obviously waiting for its gate. Where are we at? Just finished my morning shift, and no better way than to come out to a hot coffee in Airports Live TV and Adam James' voice giving us all the info. Thank you, Ellen. I'm glad that you're enjoying the show. I'm glad you've finished your morning shift. You're right, Adam. Nice hotel is okay for 200 quid. Yeah. And when I'm saying 200 quid, I'm not even talking about true airport hotels. Because an airport hotel to me has to be at the airport. Or at least be able to see the airport. I'm talking about hotels that are a 30-40 euro taxi ride away from the airport itself. However, that being said, the Clayton Airport Hotel does sometimes have some quite good value offers on. So do check them out. If you are looking for a hotel around the airport, check the Clayton Airport Hotel. You get great views of the approach as well from a lot of the rooms and from outside. Nice bar and restaurant in there. It is a quiet bar, there's no music, no live music or anything, but it's a nice place to stay. Here we go, we've got this Boeing 737 on its way in. Just another quick thing on Clayton as well. They have a huge car park. It's deceptive. I think there's 3 or 4 stories, but it's under the hotel. They quite often have availability when the airport parking is full. So it's well worth checking out, and there is a free shuttle bus as well. Right, bear with me for 2 seconds here. Our next arrival is upon us. She's an Airbus A320 operated by Aer Lingus. Coming in from Brussels. We've got about half an hour left of today's show as well. He's back over in the US, George. It's over in Miami, I believe, at Miami International. Or he's heading there, possibly. Well, the only reason I'm saying that is because Denaya said that she's going to be able to see it this week, and I believe she's still based at Miami International. But I heard it had gone to Tulsa, so I'm not too sure, but it is back over in the US. They're stacking up here to get onto gates as well. while you're around. Really like that livery, kind of understated but classy. What, the Star Alliance? Right, let me quickly finish this roll. You're all going to think I'm weird, but I quite like, when you get a roll that's got sausage, beans and bacon, I quite like it cold. You're welcome, George. That wasp needs to disappear, though. Like, we like all the fans here, but not the wasps. Can't really see it. It's just sausage, beans and a bit of ketchup. Oh, the baby blue Air Canada. Yeah, I like that one. Delta push back. The old Coast Guard helicopter heading off. Hopefully just for a scenic training flight. I think it's amazing, right? How I come to work and I pray for a busy day. I want nothing more than a busy day when I come here to work, right? I'm sure when you guys go to work, you want it to be busy because your day passes a lot quicker. If you're a member of the Coast Guard, or you're a member of the fire service, or even a paramedic or that sort of line of work, you must go to work and actually hope it is so quiet it's unreal. Because when you get called out and you're busy, it means somebody else is in difficulty. It's strange, isn't it? Is it a Lincolnshire type sausage, Adam? More of a Richmond style? I'll be honest, it's like the cheapest of the cheap. I think the meat content is probably sub 50%, but it's nice in a roll. Thank you, Sarah. It's true, also Mondays pass quick, exactly. We've got around 20 minutes or so left. Don't forget, guys, the website will be back up later on today. There was a coding issue with the update, but it is now resolved. It will be back live within the next few hours. If you want to be in with a chance of winning some of those vouchers that we have been given to give away, all you have to do is go to the website. You don't have to register, you don't have to do anything other than go to airportslivetv.com and have a browse around the site, just like Jonathan did, and he won that voucher. The vouchers vary from €50 through to €500. It will pop up on the screen if you are that lucky visitor. And the more time you spend there, the more times you visit, the more chance you've got of being one of those winners. It is completely random. I haven't got a clue when it's going to happen. I haven't got a clue how many visitors before it happens. So do check airportslivetv.com out later on today. Few arrivals are mounting up. Beans make up for the blandness. It's weird because they're not actually bland sausages. They're nice, like I say, in a roll. You wouldn't eat them by themselves. Like, you wouldn't have them as bangers and mash. But you wouldn't be able to have them as bangers anyway, because they wouldn't qualify as bangers because the meat content is too low. Bangers have to have a certain percentage of meat content. No, Val, I kept it quiet. I didn't announce any of it. I wanted to see how many people were organically using the website every month before we announced the giveaways. I'll be honest, the vouchers are coming partly through us, but partly through partners as well. First up, we've got an A321 coming in from London Heathrow, then a 737, and then a Bombardier Global 6000 as it stands. Thank you, Tim Trainer. Tim Trainer is a member of cabin crew as well. Legend. Let's have a quick peek at what's happening. There's not anything of note on departure yet. This American Airlines has been sat here for seems like a week. Hopefully nobody's waiting on connecting flights because they could be in trouble. It will be going to stand very soon though, because we currently have the Boeing 777 operated by American Airlines getting ready to go to Charlotte. She's being pushed back as we speak. There she is. So we are going to see a 777 on live. We're not going to get the Emirates though. She's another old one. She's 24 years old, registered in May of 1999. We've got Fiji on taxi as well. We're going to come away from that. We're just going to pick up that Fiji in the distance, because we don't see this here very often at all. It's not on flight radar. I'm not sure if it's actually departing or if it's being moved. We'll pick up this A321neo as it comes in from London Heathrow. It's been about a 45-minute flight today for the 321neo. Looks like we're going to have a very busy last 15 minutes or so of today's live. We've got a few big girls on pushback and on taxi. Nice and steady there. Griffin says no citation. American still there. There's the Fiji. Don't think there's a tug attached to it, so it could possibly be on the move. Everyone has bought the Neo, yeah. Very grey skies, we have bright blue skies. Yeah, it is. The clouds are starting to roll in now. It's been a beautiful morning. Hey buddy, that Fiji was in for painting. That's why it's there, buddy. Hope you keep well. How are we doing, Damo? Is it Damo or is it a different Damo? I'm not too sure. I hope you're well, buddy. There we go, it's coming, it's been in for paint. The American is just waiting to get on to stand. It's been waiting for this 777 to move. It is now on the move. We've got the 777 heading to Charlotte. We've got the one that's been sat waiting for so long, now on the move as well. I wanted to get this arrival, but I also wanted to get the two Americans as they overlap each other here. You never like to miss a touchdown. There we go. I'm sure they had a quick wave to each other as they went past. Let's pick up this 777 as she taxis to that north runway. this. It looks like the next departure is going to be an Airbus A350. We've got no flight info on flight radar for this one. It's operated by Delta. 4 years old, registered in September of 2018. How are we doing? Joining us from Innsbruck in Austria. Welcome to you. I met you one day on the hill. I'm from Kilkenny. We chatted for a while on the hill. It was a different livery. A huge bought it got painted. I do remember you now, Damo. I think. Were you parked in the gateway to the football? Do you have the missus sat in the car? Is that the right person? I meet that many people up here, Damo. I do apologise. Right, let's pick up our next arrival then, whilst we wait for the departure of that 350. Because we've got this Bombardier Global 6000 and no flight info held at all on this aircraft. But here she is. You always like a Bombardier Global. Gotta be honest, not the nicest livery we've ever seen on a Bombardier, is it? It's a little bit plain, it's a little bit bland. Still a nice aircraft though. The A350 are now lining up. That Wasp is back again, but I've just knocked it. I knocked it out. I Deontay Wildered it. Right, the next bit of action is going to be that A350's departure. She's lined up. She is ready to go now. It's not going to be the next bit. Just before that, we've got a Cessna 510 Citation just whizzing on through there, look. Heading over to London. Little bullet of an aircraft this Cessna 510 Citation Mustang. I've lost it. She's gone. She's there. Rapid. Now we will have the A350. Let's be having you. We're on a tight timeline now, so we need to get through some of these big girls. We've got that 777 on taxi. We'll definitely be getting that, I hope, provided they don't hold it for too long. Yeah, that's me and Lol. Well done on thinking that far back. Great memory. I tried my best, Damo. You'd been down here for a show or something, I believe. Was it a car show? Now I might be stretching my memory a bit there. Globe Air out before the 350, yes, so we've just had that. Thank you, Tim. Max says, morning Adam, great show as always. Martin the farmer, how are we doing, Martin? How's the farm? Here we go, this A350 on the move. Oh, she's empty. She's light. And she's up and away, heading into those murky looking grey skies. Got an A330 on taxi as well with that vile 50/50 Aer Lingus livery on board. Quick look at that 777 before she begins her final taxi to the beginning of the North Runway. Look at that. It's got to be a contender for the Carol Vorderman Award. Ellen, I can't see all of your comment at the moment. There's like a little heart thing blocking it. When another comment comes through, I shall see it. There we go, that 777 on taxi. Yeah, was it something? Can't remember myself. Possibly car show, something like that. Keep up the good work. As always, fantastic show. Thank you, Damo. Have a great day. I have to go get my tyres sorted. The blade was stuck into it and I only got that new one to... No way, Ellen. Hopefully you get it sorted, the A350 off to Atlanta. Thank you, Tim. Everyone please hit the thumbs up like button. Yes, if you haven't already done it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing, nada, zilch. It helps us massively. We've got about 5 or 6 minutes left of today's live. We've still got a 777 on ready for departure. We've got an A330 on taxi. Will we get that A330? It's going to be tight. There's at least 3 to go before the 777. Atlanta now is showing on flight radar. It's bizarre how that wasn't showing until it's got up and away. Our next arrival coming in from Charles de Gaulle, the rugby liveried Airbus A320 operated by Aer Lingus. It's been about an hour and 14 minute flight today. Out of interest, does anybody know how the girls in green got over to Oz for the World Cup? What route did they take? Of course, it is the Women's World Cup. Ireland not off to a great start. England managing to scrape a win in that first match. Here we go, got the Coast Guard on their way back in. I think we're going to be struggling, you know, even for that 777. We are desperately low on battery now. We will be back with you tomorrow from around the same time, from around 10 o'clock. But we'll be pushing an extended stream out tomorrow. As long as I do not wake up in significantly more pain than I'm in right now. I'm hoping that today's stream, with it being a bit short, is just easing myself back in. keep an eye on this. 2, possibly 3 to go before this 777. I don't think we're going to do it. We have a look at. Let's have a look over it. Let's have a look at that Fiji. Now, but there's nothing blocking it. We're definitely not getting that 777, unfortunately. Right guys, I'm going to call it a day. We're definitely not going to get the 777. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 before it. We've only got 3 minutes of battery left. We're definitely not going to get it. Thank you to everybody who has joined us today. These views have been absolutely amazing, considering we've had a week off. No action from us for a week. Not even any videos posted, and you guys have still come out in force to support us and show us some love. Thank you to everybody who sent super chats. Each and every one of you that either renewed or took your new memberships today. Greatly appreciated. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay blessed. We'll be back with you, fingers crossed, God willing, tomorrow from 10 AM. Take care guys. Big love from all of us here at Airports Live TV, and do not forget, check out our partners over at airportslivetv.com. The website will be back live within the next few hours. Go and check our partners out. If you're booking any travel, make sure you use the links and the banners over at airportslivetv.com. It helps us significantly. A big thank you once again to our partners, booking.com, Travel Supermarket, On the Beach Holidays, lastminute.com, and of course EasyJet UK. We've been Airports Live TV. I've been Adam James. See you all tomorrow. Hasta mañana.